Okay, in this video we're going to talk about how to safely set up a studio strobe power pack, get it going and break it down. Now, so for me, these things are to be respected, not to be feared. Basically the way these things work is they store up quite a bit of energy and they let it go very quickly at once. And so again, they work really well. They do exactly what we're hoping them to do. They give us an enormous amount of control in the studio, but again, not to be feared, but certainly to be respected. So with that being said, we're going to look at the front end business end of this first. And you'll see that there's a series of terminals right here. This is where the power pack heads, the strobe heads. This is actually a strobe head right here. This is a 102 head designed for this power pack. And then this is the electrical outlet. This is where it gets plugged in into the wall right here. For me, I actually like to set these things up and break them down when they're not connected to the wall, when they're not actually plugged into a current. It's the safest possible way that you can actually be to work with these. So that's how I do it. If we take a look at the cord, there's a special cord that this actually connects to this head. This cord, it's a little bit harder to see on this one, but nonetheless, there's a series of pins that sit inside here that match up with the holes that are in this connector right here. There's also a slit. There's a female slit that's right in here that lines up with a male ridge inside of these. So when you go to put these things in, typically that slit that's in the top goes at 12 o'clock, so it goes sort of straight up when we think about a clock face. And then this will simply plug in like this, and this is now connected. Now this actually has a locking ring on it as well, not all of them do, and this locking ring means you need to simply pull this ring back before you disconnect this. So again, for me, I like to set up all of the connections here on this end of it before I even think about plugging it in. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this guy in right now. And then I'm going to add the power cord. So power cord goes in down here. So then this is actually now ready to turn on. So the control end of it is up here. On the control end of it, there is a series of switches here. We'll start with the simplest. This is the modeling light that turns on and off. So if we click this on, you'll see that it just turns on. It's a 250 watt, just regular hot light. It's a modeling light, so it allows you to see what the head is really illuminating. And then this switch right here, this is the power switch, and this is what actually energizes the power pack. So when we turn this on, you'll see that there is a ready light here. When that little beep happens, that's telling you that this power pack is now fully charged. So this is the point right now where this power pack, in my opinion, is at its most dangerous, because this is now fully charged and ready to send its energy out this cable to this head. If you were to do nothing but pull this out right now, you run the risk of this arcing. Very bad thing for you, very bad thing for the power pack. So again, nothing to be scared of, simply something to respect and understand that that's something just simply to keep in mind. So to fire the power pack, again, this cord on the button on the very top. So basically we're in good shape right now. However, there's a couple of other things to keep in mind. Right now this power pack, there's 3 capacitors in here that you can either isolate or combine to control the amount of power that comes to this head. It is best practice to turn this off before you isolate or combine these. Now again, modern electronics has made this stuff much, much safer, but it's just a good habit to get into. So if I right now want to separate this capacitor off from the other 2 and just run one through this head, for me, you want to turn the power pack off, but this power pack is charged right now. So when you turn it off, you also want to dump all the power out of it. So to do that, put your hand on the cord, on the button, ready to fire the pack, push it, and turn the pack off at the same time. So now this pack is off, the modeling light is still on, but the power to this is off. I would go ahead and turn the modeling light off as well. And then you can actually isolate and combine, you can change the rheostat on it. Those are all things that you'll learn that are not really the scope of this video. But now, if I'll fire this back up again just so that you can see. It's ready to go again. If I am now ready to shut things down and put things away, whatever, again, I go through that very same process. Hand on the firing button, hand on the power control for the pack, not the modeling light, but the power pack itself. They get fired and pushed off at the exact same time. Then modeling light off, unplug the power pack, and then pull the cord out, and you're good to go.